I want to make a quick video about having some rope, working rope and gear to work off rope, and how important it is to have it and to maintain it. I haven't rappelled in a few years, but I maintain rappelling gear, not so much for, rappelling for sport, but for work. I've used rappelling gear to work on my roof. I've helped friends work on their houses. You just don't know when it's going to come in handy. And if you've got some rappelling experience already, and maybe even some old rappelling gear from your more adventurous days, it's a good idea to keep the basics on hand so that you can use it if called upon to have to do some work on rope, whether it's up in a tree or off a building. For instance, I pulled this out originally last weekend so that I can go up 25 feet in a tree and do some work. So I maintain, first of all, some rappelling rope. This rope's about 5 years old. It would need to be replaced if I was going to be doing a lot of work, but it's been kept dry and in a fairly cool place, and it's in okay shape. And next, I keep a book, uh, Knots for Climbers, because face it, you can't remember all this stuff. So this helps you to remember how to do the knots and how to do them correctly. So a cheap little book I keep with my rappelling gear. Next, just some utility line. Uh, Obviously you don't rappel off that, but there's a lot of things you can do with it. For instance, prusik knots. These are all ropes made up to be prusik knots. And if you don't know what a prusik knot is, go look it up. They're really fun. It's basically a way to climb up rappelling rope using these small ropes. And if you know about prusik knots, you can see that they're already tied in, and then I actually tape off the edges. But I have a number of them ready to go. When I was working on my roof, I used them quite a bit for going up and down the rope. Then of course you need your seat, and this is an inexpensive, I don't remember the brand, Singing Rock was the brand, but it's an inexpensive rappelling rig. Then if you are going to be doing much work, especially off the side of a building, I like to have one of these, I guess, Kevlar rope guides. I don't know exactly what they call them, but your rope goes through that, and then it'll go over any sharp edge to keep your rope from getting frayed too quickly. And then of course you've got to have a number of carabiners, and you need to have your figure eights. And there's all kind of new gear and new items that a gear nut can go crazy over, but this is the basic stuff that I can do some emergency or some work related rappelling with, and do it safely and get a lot more done than if you didn't have it. Then of course you need some sort of bag or box to keep it in. I have an old canvas bag. I keep all this stuff together. The rope is coiled. I leave no knots in anything, and if called upon to go up into a tree 25 feet, I can do it safely and get the job done. All right, that's it.